Unlucky. She's looking for that far post, and that's where you want to go.
Let's see if Fleming can retain possession of this set piece here. So far, they haven't had so much luck on these set pieces, but they get the first touch there. Ball in the air, midfield. Strong challenge by Centennial, and they come away with the ball, playing it back, trying to reset. Emily Cullen anchoring the back. That's kind of where you want your captain to be, eh? In the back, being able to see everything in direct traffic.
Yep, you could definitely see the whole game. I usually agree with a captain being in the middle of the park or in the back.
That attempt there, Fleming trying to cross it in. Not the greatest attempt that we've seen, but an attempt nonetheless, and try and get something going on offense. The cross was an attempt for Natalie Park, but she just couldn't time her run right. Jordan Crone slot set to take her first. Goal kick, also a long ball. Will they come away with it? Centennial seemingly having the strength on the set piece possessions. Nice ball up the right side of the line. Nicely defended by Fleming. Fleming trying to get something going.
Reagan Hutchinson and Catherine Tagaboni seem like they have real good chemistry. They've linked up plenty of times so far, and we're only 5 minutes in.
Well, that goes back to what that chemistry that we were talking about earlier in the pregame. They are, in fact, both first years. So it's good to see that they do, in fact, have something going this early on in the season. Goal kick for Eve Spinks. Let's see what she can do with it. Again, first touch by Fleming. Handball by the Centennial Colts. Not in a particularly dangerous area, but Fleming retains possession off of a set piece, so there is a positive there. Rips it up the right side. Mackenzie Cook defending that.
And it's unlucky right there.
Scooped up by Crone's slot, playing it up the side. Little tic-tac-toe going there. Playing it up the wing, right in front of us. Nicely, a good tackle by number 6, Fleming. But yet again, the Colts come away with the ball.
It's early, but the Colts definitely seem like the team that's more comfortable on the ball. Getting it out to the left wing now.
Just narrowly out of bounds on that through ball.
Throw in for Fleming. Back up the field, Fleming, another throw.
Fleming slowly making their way up the field. Not exactly in the most orthodox way. Again. Oh, that looked like it went off of a Colt there, but I guess not. Colt ball. Plays it back. They're going to probably circle it to the right side. There we go.
Looks like a bad foul there, but the ref plays advantage.
Fleming playing with their head up more now. Oh, I spoke too soon. Good support there by the Fleming midfield.
Hannah Valor putting on some pressure.
Emily Cullen playing a little tic-tac-toe with her defensive partner there.
Beautiful hold-up play. And again, there's no need for rushing very early in the game. Get the ball up.
the Colts spending more and more time in their own defensive half. Obviously comfortable playing with the ball there.
And I think that's fine because you're going to let Fleming chase. Fleming doesn't have possession, so they're the team that needs to get the ball. So regardless if you have the ball in your half or the other team's half, as long as you have possession, you're controlling the tempo.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you, Jordan. What's more tiring, constantly attacking or constantly defending?
Chasing the game. If you don't have the ball, frustration builds up, and then you're just wasting energy and not seeing the ball. If you're not comfortable with the ball on your foot, when the ball finally gets to your foot, you may just kick it away, lose possession. So chasing the game definitely is not what you want to be doing for the entire game. Another offside there.
Free kick for Fleming. Let's see what they can do with it. At what point do you just kind of send that back to your goalkeeper and try and work your way around instead of just sending up the 50-50 ball?
Well, you see, Fleming only have 3 in the back. They have 10 players, so I think you got to do that every single time that you have a free kick in your area, especially because you want to keep possession, and then your formation, you want to spread out much more. So give the goalkeeper a couple touches on the ball so the striker, the midfielders can get into position.
That makes sense. Playing a man down is not the way you want to start your season. Fleming doing their best to compensate for the missing woman with this throwing up the line. First touch by Centennial, but looks like, oh.
This could be in a good area for Fleming. This could be what they actually need.
Do you whip this into the box, or do you try and set something up short?
You have to whip this into the box. And you can't throw too much players in the box for Fleming because, again, we already mentioned that they're down.
Hannah Valier looking like the tall woman in the box. They seemingly go for goal.
I don't agree with that one there.
Questionable decision. But it is an opportunity nonetheless.
And you see right there, playing it short, keep possession. I think Fleming can do that a little bit more when they have their goal kicks.
Oh, little misplay by the left back. Nice recovery. Centennial's calmness on the ball is very prevalent right now. They don't panic because Fleming is pressuring them, and they do not panic whatsoever. Through ball there.
That was great pressure by
up the field.
Great pressure by Brianna Lee of Fleming.
Janes. Unfortunately, it did not amount to anything. Nicely defended by Fleming. Centennial does retain possession. Back in the attacking half of the field for the first time in what seems like a little bit. Mackenzie Cook with the throw.
Beautiful one touch by Reagan Hutchinson.
Still in the box. Goes for goal, blocked by Fleming. Beautiful piece of defending.
Solid block.
There. Right place, right time. That's all you can ask for as a goalkeeper from your defenders. We are almost halfway through.
And Ryan, right here is the perfect opportunity where I feel like Fleming could play the ball out the back. Looks like she's looking long again.
We are nearly halfway through the first frame here in Scarborough as the Centennial Colts take on. Oh, they go for goal, and goal scored for the Colts.
What a strike. Slots it into the back of the net. uses her right foot, the instep, too far out of reach for Eve Spinks. The Colts get on the score sheet first in this game.
That goal was a result of exactly what we've been talking about this entire game from Fleming, a lack of possession off of the set pieces. A goal kick giveaway too close to the net, turn around and bury it. That's a goalkeeper's nightmare right there, and Eve Spinks is going to hope that her team can get that one back for her as the Colts come up the right side of the field. Nice little tic-tac-toe action between Chiquito and her teammate.
And Reagan Hutchinson is hustling. She's looking really good so far for the Centennial Colts.
Little dummy there by Noelle Harnett. Colts retain possession. Kira Iverson. Oh, another shot on goal by Chiquito.
Just wide.
Just wide.
You could see she was going for that left corner.
Just missed it.
Right idea. Right idea, though.
They have replaced Spinks on the goal kicks to try and make something happen off of those set pieces. Centennial still coming away with the ball. Emily Cullen trying to get something going from the back. Wails it up the right side of the field. Looking for Reagan Hutchinson, but it was about 10 feet too high.
Yeah, she overcooked it, but right idea because Reagan Hutchinson has been all over that Fleming back line. I would continue feeding her if I was calling.
Fleming up the line, trying to get a touch on it. Oh.
The ref plays advantage.
Getting physical there. Emily Cullen anchoring the back once again after that misplay by her teammate. Kieran Iverson coming up the field. Centered. Goes for goal. Routine save for Spinks. Didn't even look like she had to move. It was right at her.
Tagaboni couldn't get that ball out of her feet. If she had a better first touch, she could have played it into Hutchinson, or she could have actually went herself.
Little miscommunication there from Crohn's, Slate, and Cullen.
And Brianna Lee looks the most active for the Fleming College.
Throw in for Fleming. Yet again, first touch by the Colts. Crone Slate scooping up the ball, looking to play it up the left side. Good defending in the midfield by Fleming. All in all, they have done. They could have done. Sorry, pardon me. Fleming
Hutchinson's
has done
in.
A decent time defending, but yet again a counterattack 2-on-1. Good instincts by Spinks to jump on that ball, and you have to give credit where credit is due to the Fleming defender who made it so that Reagan just was 2 steps too far from that ball.
You could kind of sense Reagan is getting closer and closer. I feel a goal coming for her soon.
Tagaboni challenge at the top of the box. Reagan goes for goal, and again missing by just a hair.
I almost called it there, unlucky. Reagan's looking really good, whipping balls into the box, taking shots.
That would have been pretty impressive. Your first game calling it, and you're already predicting the future. That would be pretty impressive. We might lose you to NBC after that.
And as you said, Ryan, Eve Spinks has been taken off of goal kick duties.
Ellie Jane's lining up, playing it. Fleming trying to retain possession.
Great turn.
Tagaboni, bodies and turns. Spinks, yet another routine save to scoop that ball up. No real danger there. Off balance shot by Tagaboni. Nothing too concerning if you're the Fleming coaching staff. That being said, the Colts just seem to have ball magnets for feet as the ball just keeps finding its way into the feet of the Colts players. Goes out for a throw-in for Fleming. Let's see what they can do here. Can they get it out of their own zone? That seems to be the question of the day for the Knights. Still retaining possession and slowly making their way up the field via throw-ins. Kira Iverson gets her head on that. Hits the ref and gives the advantage to the Knights as they were the ones going up the field.
I always wonder what those refs feel like when they get in the way of the play. Am I running enough? Am I too close? Am I too close to the play?
I feel like it's slightly indicative of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, which we've all been a victim of at one point or
Great
another.
pressure.
It just seems like Centennial wants it more. I don't know if this is a product of being a man down. That definitely can't help.
And you could also look at the body language. Walk into the ball for a throw-in. Fleming just...
Well, I'm sure they're exhausted.
For sure, but the thing is, Ron, we're only 20 minutes in. Yeah. And it's a bit predictable what they're doing on the throw-ins, just going up the line every single time. Why not go to the center back? Why not go to your goalkeeper and switch the field?
But with the pressure that Centennial is putting on everybody, do you really trust that you can keep possession in the back half of the field when you can barely do it in the middle? I mean, that's not something that that's not a risk I would take personally. As Centennial turns up the field yet again. Vasquez Circuito sending it up to Reagan Hutchinson, but nicely defended by the Knights.
Throwing for the Colts.
Vasquez Circuito taken down. She's been hobbling a little bit. There was a collision over here in the Colts defensive half earlier when she got a cleat to the back of the heel, so she might be feeling that. Just needed.
And the skipper is up for the free kick.
Let's see what their runs look like on this first.
Colts got a lot in the box.
Threatening set piece for the Colts. Tagaboni gets her head on it, but nothing comes of it, and it goes out for yet another Fleming throw-in.
It's looking like a goal kick.
It's a goal kick? My apologies. Set piece nonetheless. It looks as though Fleming is falling farther and farther back even when they have the ball. I don't know if that is a tactics decision to try and provide support for smaller passes, shorter passes to try and get up the field, but it doesn't seem to be working all that much. Centennial getting the first touch on that goal kick.
Another goal kick for Fleming.
Maintaining the status quo for Fleming set pieces. Another goal kick. Hopefully it can find a different player, preferably with a green jersey, is what I'm sure they are thinking. And again, a Colt is the first to the ball. And they have now forced a turnover in the attacking third, so
I'll be honest with you, Ryan.
it's looking good for the Colts.
I really think they're just forcing the ball. And again, with the rule change recently, you could have a player in the box that you can play it to, and then you could just build the ball out that way.
Playing it back to skipper Emily Cullen, playing it back to the back, trying to switch the play. Getting it up to Miley Dukoff on the left side. Charging into the box, takes a shot. Great stop by Eve Spinks. She's been tested quite a bit, and she's still keeping her head high, keeping those hands up and keeping the ball out of the net, with the exception of the only score in the game so far.
That was a great run. And she just seems like she's comfortable on the ball out wide. Went straight to goal. Unfortunately, didn't get the goal, but you could see on the wings for the Colts, Reagan Hutchinson is looking really good on the right side. And on the left side,
Kira Ierson. Pardon me, that was Cheyenne Carrington trying to make a run. Resulted in a throw-in. Centennial with the ball, attempting to go to the corner.
Still in.
Still in. Can they do something? Whips it into the box. Header. What a goal by Soledad Vasquez Chiquito. What looked like a play that wasn't going to amount to anything, saved in the corner and whipped into the net. Great header to redirect that cross to the bottom right corner. No chance for Eve Spinks. Nothing she could do about that at all.
And Catherine Tagaboni stuck with it. Almost looked like the ball was out there. And she whipped in a beautiful cross. And the Colts get another goal.
Foul by Reagan Hutchinson in the Colts attacking half. Fleming trying to get something going here in the latter part of the first half of their season opener.
And our
season opener away game, a woman down, pardon me, that can't be easy.
No, and especially the way that the Colts are feeding the wide areas. Molly Dukoff confident on the ball, Reagan Hutchinson confident on the ball. They are they're having their way on the wings.
Yet another Colts possession in the attacking half. Vasquez Chiquito going for a run and gets the ball, lays it up, trying to go for the tic-tac-toe in the box. Tagaboni goes for goal.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it
either. I like that. Gutsy, but I like it. Put some doubt into the Fleming goalkeeper. Just a little bit. Make her think that you can score from out there. And if you hit the net, she's got to save it, right? So keep her on her toes. That's the way I like it. So I really like the way Centennial is attacking. They're not letting off the gas. Up 2-0 in the first half. Through to the box, but just a little too much juice on that kick from Cheyenne Carrington.
And one thing you have to appreciate about the Colts, they don't make that ball bounce. They're first to it every single time.
Yeah. That's the key, right? First touch, first touch, first touch.
You don't want that ball to bounce. Trouble after that.
And I think the thing that is troubling Fleming the most right now is the old adage, when in doubt, get it out. And I agree with that to a certain degree. You know, if you're in trouble on your defensive half, you kick it as hard as you can and hope it goes out of bounds so you get your team a chance to reset. But I just think they're doing it too often. They're not giving themselves a chance to get something going. and get out of their defensive half. Another throw in for Fleming. Throws it up the line as per is the norm for that Fleming set piece. Seemingly maintaining possession, but quickly repossessed by Emily Cullen and the Colts. Playing it out of the back. Krone's slot goes up the left side of the field.
Great covering there by Emily Cullen. Center backs, you don't want to be in a straight line. You want one center half in front, just in case it goes over that center half, and then you have the other center half covering.
Cheyenne Carrington making a run up the left side of the field, crosses it in again for Reagan. Nicely defended by Fleming. Tagaboni putting the pressure on the Fleming defender, using her body to get the ball back. Wonderful piece of repossession by Tagaboni there in the attacking half of the field.
Yeah, so far in this game, she is definitely bossing that midfield.
Cheyenne Carrington bringing it to the corner, and it runs away from her just a little bit. Or actually, it seems like Fleming made an effort to stop her, so it is a corner for the Colts. Last time we saw a cross, it ended in a goal, so presumably they'd try and do the same thing again, try and find the head of Soledad Vasquez Chiquito. We will see what the Colts are thinking right about now. Didn't really amount to anything. Nothing too threatening for Fleming. Slightly kick to the left side of the net. Nothing, no real juice on that shot.
And Joelle Kufulo has just entered the game for the Colts. Her first action of the afternoon.
She replaced starter Miley DeKoff as head coach Rich Hurst is starting to strategize, presumably to preserve the 2-0 lead that his team has managed to acquire in this first half. A little great through ball, but just too much juice on it for Vasquez Chiquito to get to. Eve Spinks making the save. Emily Cullen trying to retain possession, and they do. But Fleming seemingly putting the pressure on right now. Back in the attacking half for the first time in a while. The Knights are looking to get something going, but again, quickly snuffed by the Colts defense.
And that ball fell. And that's the thing. If the ball falls down, there's going to be some miscommunication, and the Fleming College Knights took advantage of that. They just didn't get possession of the ball.
Vasquez Chiquito goes for a ball up the wing to Reagan Hutchinson. Nicely blocked by the Fleming defender. Hutchinson on the back check, however, regains possession of the ball. Tagaboni trying to anchor down the midfield, stripped of the ball. They are not taking their foot off the gas here in the latter half of this first half. The Colts are all full steam ahead during their home opener here on Sunday afternoon, trying to work through the middle of the field. Tagaboni trying to throw a little fake there. Didn't really work out. Fleming now with the ball.
Brianna Lee taking her time. Good pass. And that's what you want to do. You want to go up the field slowly. You don't want to rush and lose possession. You want to take your time on the ball, be comfortable on the ball.
Good read by Cheyenne Carrington to jump that pass up the wing. Colts again showing everybody how confident they are in their skills, playing it around, just playing like you would in the schoolyard back when recess was a thing for us. Trying to work up the middle of the field. Usually they're much more of a wing type of team so far. Let's see what they do here.
You just want your best players to be isolated with the other team's defenders. And Reagan Hutchinson, one of the better players on the Colts, has just been taking advantage of her matchup.
Tagaboni just subbed off for Miley Dukoff. Miley Dukoff back in the game. Not something you see
Didn't really get a rest there.
too often. A player getting subbed off and then subbed back on. Hurst looking to rest his crucial players, presumably, as Catherine Tagaboni finds herself on the bench for the foreseeable future. Maybe coming back at halftime as the Colts turn on attack again. Miley Dukoff going for a through ball. Tackle in the box. Referee says no foul.
It just looked like two girls going after it.
Yeah, I think they just collided.
I think it's a great call by the referee. No foul there.
Colts back on their horse, trying to get something going. Cross into the box, but nothing comes of it. Hits the side netting of the Fleming goal. Nothing Eve Spinks has to worry about as the Knights line up to take yet another goal kick.
And although Cheyenne Carrington probably didn't have the service into the box she'd like, she's getting up and down that wing. You have to appreciate the work she's putting in.
She really puts the word Colt to use as she gets on her horse up and down the field time and time again. Reagan takes a shot, pretty off target, looking a little shaken up after that one, but nothing I don't think anybody has to worry about. Looked very promising, but just left of the goal.
Unlucky by Reagan Hutchinson there. Still feels like she's probably going to get one by the time this game ends.
If you don't shoot, you can't score, and she keeps shooting. So one way or another, she's going to make her mark on this game for sure, if she hasn't already. As we speak, she regains possession of the ball. Oh, little two-hand in the back. I don't mind the aggressiveness. Up 2-0. Seems like it might be slightly unnecessary, but I myself am a fan of aggressive play, so I'll take that. It's not in a threatening position at all, so no harm, no foul by Reagan Hutchinson there. Again, repossessed by the Colts. Hutchinson looking to work it up the wing, plays it back to her defenders, as they've done so well all game. Noelle Harnett trying to make her mark after she has just come in. Skipper plays it up, center, crossbar, header over the bar. Oh my goodness.
She's offside on the second one. If she bagged her first shot, that would have counted. What a run by the skipper, Emily Cullen, going all the way up from center back, playing in her teammates, almost getting an assist there.
Joelle Kufulo just couldn't find the back of the net. Not much you can do there. Soccer God's just not on your side. It's one of those things where no matter how you did it, Doesn't look like it was going to go in the net, but unlucky nonetheless, as Fleming is set to put the ball back into play.
I think the Colts.
Colts don't let that fall yet again.
I,
Get
th-
the first touch on it.
I think the Colts still need one more goal before half. We all know 2-0 is the
Vasquez,
most
Chiquito,
dangerous score in sports.
Kufulo challenging in the box on the offensive end. Gets called for the foul, I believe. Oh, no, it's a corner kick. My apologies. There were some bodies flying, so I thought it might have been a free kick. The cross obviously being a weapon of choice for the Colts so far. It being the result of 50% of their goals as of right now. Emily Cullen whips it into the box, going for back post. Almost an own goal there. Great line clearance by the Fleming defender. Looked like it went off of a Fleming player. That could have been disastrous for the Knights.
And Cullen does it all. She's center back taking corner kicks. Usually the center backs are in the box trying to head in a goal. Definitely leading by example, the skipper for the Colts.
So tic-tac-toe in the middle of the field. Through ball for Kufulo, but Fleming just gets a foot on it.
And you could see, since she's been subbed in, Kafulo using her pace, putting a lot of pressure on the Fleming defense. They can't handle her speed so far.
It seems like Kufulo is everybody's new favorite target up there for the Colts offense as we look to another corner kick. Presumably going to look like the one we just saw a moment ago as Cullen whips it into the box. Can somebody... Fleming gets a touch on it, and like I said, when in doubt, get it out. Colts retain possession through a throw-in.
And the service is flawless. Great balls in that Cullen is putting into the box. The Colts just need to get a head on it.
Well, I think there's a reason that she has the C on her arm, and we're seeing it unfold right in front of us as the Colts playing out of the back, looking for something. Just passing it around, playing as a unit. The Colts are very good at using their body. If you've noticed, the body usage to create space and dislodge balls is very impressive.
Yeah, and to keep possession, you have to be able to know how to use your body and know where the ball is. So as long as you're in front of your defender and you shield them off, you'll be good. You're just going to be causing fouls, and you're going to be the one with the ball, and the opposing team will be the one frustrated.
A jack of all trades, seemingly, as she takes corners from both sides of the field. Not something you see too often. Ball ping-ponging around the box, but cleared out by Fleming. I'm sure Spinks's heart rate got raised a little bit there as the ball kept bouncing off of bodies, but nothing came of it, thankfully, for the Knights. Colt ball yet again as Cheyenne Carrington looks to throw it up the line to Fukolo. Obviously, nothing too dangerous happening up that left side right now. But the Colts retaining possession as we're looking at just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half of action.
Looks like we
this
got a goal kick.
afternoon.
Goal kick for Fleming. Let's see if they could get the ball out. It's been a struggle for them to get the ball out. And you see right here.
For just one moment, for every Fleming player, it seems like there's two Colts. It just, I don't know if it's because they're wearing green, but it just seems like there's so many more Centennial players on the field.
Well, they want the ball, and
Letting it run out to kill a little bit of time. There is the Colts. Cullen with the throw-in to Emily Duncan. Swinging it around to the left side as they've done so many times before. Jenna Crawford whipping it up the field to no avail, surprisingly, because typically that seems to have been working for the Colts. But what were you saying before, Jordan?
and to go back to that, Ryan, the Fleming Knights, when they have their goal kicks, I think they need to go quick. They need to be on their horse and just get the ball out. They're taking too long. The center backs are taking the goal kicks, and then they're backing up before they kick. Just send a quick pass and try to get the ball up the field that way.
Cullen trying to get something going in the middle of the field. Through ball to Miley Dukoff, but offside. Free kick for the Fleming Knights. A little further up the field than their goal kicks are. So let's see if they can, maybe distance is their issue. Let's see if they can get something going here. Going back to your comment about quickness, though, I just think they can't do it. I just think they're too tired. Look, everybody, set piece, everybody's standing around, nobody's moving, hands behind the back. They're tired, and I don't blame them. 10 women on the field. Cheyenne Carrington making yet another patented run into the box. Miley Dukoff goes for goal, but blocked by the Fleming defenders as Fleming tries to break out. Pressured by Reagan Carrington. Not Reagan Carrington. Reagan Hutchinson. My apologies. And that brings us to the 45th minute, also known as halftime. Jordan, we've been talking quite a bit about strategy, tactics, fatigue, the factors of this game. What is the biggest thing that you see this afternoon here at the home opener?
Just the confidence the Colts have when they're possessing the ball. They don't care if they're possessing it in their back for, say, 5 minutes, or if they're possessing it in the final third of Fleming for 5-10 minutes. They're just so comfortable, and the thing that I like most about what the Colts are doing is they're swinging the ball out to the left and to the right side. They're not being predictable and just keeping the ball on Cheyenne Carrington's side. They're throwing the ball out to Reagan Hutchinson's side on the right, and you have to appreciate what Catherine Tagaboni is doing in the midfield. She is playing the number 10 role at a phenomenal level, turning, using her body, getting everybody involved. And that's what you want from a number 10. And what can we say about Emily Cullen? She's just doing so great in the back, and she's leading by example. Colts are up 2-0. They got to be happy right now.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. And even if Cheyenne Carrington isn't there, the likes of Miley Dukoff quickly take her place and she holds her own there just as well. On the Fleming side of things, not too much of note. I think, despite the scoreline, I think Eve Spinks is their best player right now. She's made stops that she's needed to make. The second goal, nobody in their right mind would ever have a chance to save that. So that's not on her. Her defenders got to get their head on that.
Yeah, with Fleming, I think, especially if you look at last season's results, unfortunately losing 6-0, they're only down 2-0 at the break, and they're down a player, as we mentioned. I know they're not getting up the field as much as they would like, but they're keeping the ball within the middle of the field. If it's not in their final third, it's in the middle of the field, and they are showing that they do have something in them. Let's see if they get a goal in the second half. But another player from Fleming that I see is showing a lot of life is Brianna Lee. She's pressuring the Colts a lot, but the thing with the Colts is if you have possession of the ball and you're not losing it, you're just gonna run forever. And Fleming seems like they're out of breath. Not a lot of gas on that side.
And you can't blame them. That being said, it is halftime. The players are catching their breath. And Jordan, I think you and I deserve the chance to do that too. So we will be back in due time with the second half of Centennial Colts action here in Scarborough in just a moment. Not just a moment. We'll be back.
Just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. 5 days on the freeway, riding shotgun with you. Two hearts in the fast lane, we had big dreams in blue. Playing straight out of mine, and I still feel that line. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long ago, my love. Where did we go wrong? Too late to turn around. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head.
Welcome back to Centennial Colts women's soccer. We are getting ready and set to go for the second half of home opener action here in Scarborough at Centennial College. If you've been with us since the start, you know what's happening. If you haven't, then let me update you. The Colts are up 2-0 on the Fleming Knights. Looking to add more, obviously, in the second half. Jordan, what can we look forward to in this second half of action?
Well, we're going to obviously see much more possession from the Colts. And I don't think Coach Rich Hurst will be satisfied with a 2-0 victory. I feel like there's many players on the Colts team that are deserving of a goal, like Joelle Kafulu and Reagan Hutchinson. So I see them really getting after the Fleming College Knights and probably putting at least another 2 or 3 away by the time this game ends.
If you're Fleming, are you trying to just stop the bleeding, or are you trying to get on your horse and try and make a comeback? With only 10 women on the field, how likely do we think that is to happen?
I'm not sure, but I think from the Fleming perspective, you just want to get a couple passes together. String at least 2-3 passes and get some confidence for the next game.
Fair enough. And with that being said, we are underway in the second half. Cheyenne Carrington coming up the side to Miley DeKoff, back to the defense as per the Colts' way of playing. Through ball to Miley DeKoff from Carrington. These two playing wonderfully together so far.
Great combination.
Emma Hendricks is in the midfield, looking to take the place of Catherine Tagaboni, who was anchoring that midfield earlier on in the game. Hendricks has been on the field all of the 45 minutes so far, but Tagaboni was taking the spotlight, so we'll see what Hendricks can do in this second half of action. Kufulo looking to make something happen from the corner, but the Fleming defense shuts it down. Kufulo and Carrington looking to take the throw.
And Hannah Valier there for Fleming, she just stopped playing and the ball was clearly still in. I'm not sure what went on there.
I think it all goes back to that fatigue there, Jordan. Playing a woman down the entirety of what's going to be the 90 minutes is definitely going to take its toll.
We'll see how it goes.
DeKoff trying some skill moves, trying to turn the corner into the box, but shut down by the Fleming defense. She is quick, let me tell you. DeKoff is there, and then she isn't. And she's proving to be a nightmare for the Fleming wingbacks here today. Goal kick for Fleming. Barely making it out of the box. Little 1-2 between Kufulo and DeKoff. Not resulting in anything, but the idea was there.
I think even if DeKoff tried to have a shot one time, she would have had some success.
Yeah, I think Rich Hurst is going to like seeing that, especially in the second half of a game, seeing that his players can keep their energy levels high, keep their stamina up, and keep the pressure on. Goal kick again for Fleming, repossessed by the Colts yet again. Playing it back to the defense. The Colts doing a wonderful job of playing out of the back and getting everybody touches on the ball.
And this is where Fleming wants to be with the ball right now. They want to be possessing in the final third of the Colts, and they get themselves a throw-in. Let's see if they could move up as a unit now.
That would be a wonderful change of scenery for Fleming head coach Steve Rocha, as he's been watching his team get dominated, for a lack of a better word, for the last 48 minutes.
And right here, I would like to see Fleming put some pressure. Box them in. Don't lay off. Keep the ball in this third.
Fleming coming away with the throw-in. Trying to get something going in the attacking half. But Carrington there, passing it up the wing in an attempt to find Dukoff, but just a little too much on it, and it goes out of bounds. Dukoff is quick, but not that quick.
Yeah, she couldn't quite get there.
Throw in for Fleming up the line. Good job by Carrington to jump that. Playing it back to the anchor of this Colts team, that is Emily Cullen. She is both the captain of the ship and the anchor all in one. It's not a quality you find in a lot of people, but Rich Hurst has found it in his second year center back, Emily Cullen. Throw in for Fleming. Rich Hurst getting a bit of a talking to from the linesman. Fleming up the line as they've done so many times before. And, oh, there was a glimmer there for the Fleming offense, but the Colts come away with it yet again. Through ball for Dukoff, trying to get it under control. Sprinting past defenders into the box, but right place, right time for the Fleming center back. Shot on goal by Noelle Harnett. Nothing came of it though, as Eve Spinks is positioned perfectly.
Good shot by Harnett. She's been doing well in the midfield role. You could see she's just above the defense. She's playing a number 6, which is a defensive mid.
Little give and go attempt there by the Colts. Retaining possession via throw in. Tries to get it as far as she can. Crosses it to Dukoff, who's in position, and shoots it right into the arms of Eve Spinks.
I'm sure Dukoff wanted that one back.
I think we all thought that was a 100%er, but Eve Spinks playing her position perfectly.
Dukoff just needed to put it into right corner, left corner, that's it.
Anywhere in the net other than where she put it, and that would have been the third goal for the Colts. I'm sure she'd love another crack at that, and I wouldn't be surprised if she gets it the way the Colts are playing right now, as they are setting up for yet another corner in their attacking half. Emily Duncan set to take the throw. Tries to get it into the box to Dukoff. Nice little back heel to the top of the box. Through ball. Dukoff gets another chance and nets the ball. Look at that. She got the chance that she missed.
And that is
Miley Dukoff puts the dagger into the Fleming team.
And as you said, Ryan, she was going to get another crack at it, and she put it in. Seems like you might be the one signing with NBC soon.
I think it was just a matter of time before she got that crack, and she learned from her mistakes the first time, putting it right under the arms of Eve Spinks. I'm sure that, speaking of wanting something back, I'm sure that's something that Eve would like to have back. All credit to Miley, but it did seem like a savable shot. But a goal is a goal, and it is now 3-0 for the Centennial Colts in their home opener. here on Sunday afternoon. Kufulo trying to cross it into Dukoff. You wouldn't think that Dukoff would be as good of a target woman as she is given her size, but she makes up for it in her skill.
She has a nose for goal. Sometimes being a striker, you just have to be in the right place at the right time. And the thing about her, she has good feet. Like, she doesn't lose the ball. She doesn't take huge touches. She plays calm and has great control.
Yet again, getting a touch on the ball there for Dukoff. Fukulo, Dukoff. Slightly overzealous with that. Trying to go outside foot.
And she should be using her left foot there. I understand she's a righty, but you don't have to hit the ball hard with your left foot there, and you're going to put that in the back of the net.
We know that Dukoff has an affinity for the fancy footwork, given that her goal was set up by her own back heel, which was impressive in and of itself, trying to go outside foot on that shot attempt. Unlucky, but she still got a goal in that column for today's game. Maybe more as this second half keeps going. Crosses it in yet again. Called offside by the linesman.
Dukoff
is everywhere.
Dukoff getting so much service. She may get a hat trick by the end of this game.
That is a bold prediction. I'd love to see the odds on that. Probably not as high as you would think for a hat trick in soccer, but Dukoff is well deserving of the chances she's gotten, given that she was actually substituted in the first half of the game. I didn't think we'd see her again, but here she is making a difference as Carrington trying to play it up. Fleming clearly frustrated by this game so far. Fleming gets another chance to get up the field. And the Colts again retain possession. Interestingly, that's still Fleming ball. Looked like it went off of number 8, Alyssa McCarran-Vicurelli, but the linesman says otherwise.
And you just hear Emily Duncan being really vocal. She is not complacent. She wants more from her team. Leaders will be leaders.
Tagaboni back on the field now, crossing it in, but the Fleming back check proves to be too good for that attempt there.
We have ourselves a corner for the Colts. Duncan about to take it, coming all the way from the defense.
Emily Cullen with the short corner this time, trying to get something going. Tagaboni with the run. Fleming catching the Colts on their heels, but the pure speed of this Colts team doesn't allow them to even cross half. Emily Duncan playing it to the middle, trying to get something going. If you take into consideration the amount of attacks that the Colts have had through the first 57 minutes of this game, you can't blame Fleming for the scoreline. If it were me, it looks like from where I'm sitting, the score should be a lot higher.
Yeah, and that has to do with Centennial not capitalizing on all their chances. They've had plenty of shots right in front of the net that they've shot right at the goalie or have missed the net entirely. And I'm sure that's something that Rich Hurst will talk to his team about, and they will be practicing a lot of shooting drills, I'm sure. in the next coming practices.
Jordan Crone-Slate getting her first action of the half, and it is simply a ground ball. Trying to get the ball up the field. Tagaboni controlling it, trying to play it up for her teammate. To no avail. Cullen playing it up the wing. In an attempt to get something going for the Colts, but another Fleming throw-in. Is on its way.
Summer Casista doing most of the throw-ins, most of the goal kicks. A lot of walking for her today.
Little friendly fire there for the Colts as they head it right into their bench. Colts get the throw in back. Kufulo looking to cross it in, looking to make a play from the corner. Nice little footwork, but great defending by the Fleming Knights to shut down that attempt. Emily Duncan set to take the throw in. And there does not seem to be any thing going wrong for the Colts right now as
Reagan Hutchinson
Hutchinson
enters the game. Miley DeKoff exits.
It seems as though Rich Hurst has seen what he's had to see from Miley DeKoff and is awarding her with a minute or two to breathe. And by no means is Reagan Hutchinson a downgrade. Reagan Hutchinson has had her footprints all over this game so far, and I don't see why it won't continue as Cheyenne Carrington tries to play it up.
That's well done by the Fleming Knights.
To Tagaboni.
Playing that offside trap. And they get possession. Goalkeeper Eve Spinks scoops it up.
It seems like Tagaboni has been promoted to striker, possibly looking to get her a goal as well.
Goal kick for the Colts.
Fleming with a glimmer of hope there, but quickly snuffed by the Colts. Emily Cullen playing out of the back as you would expect. Colts trying to get it around or out. Good pressure by Fleming, not something we've seen so far in great capacity. Tagaboni and Reagan Hutchinson off to the races. Tagaboni aiming for Kufulo, who tries to play it out of the corner, but is shut down by the Fleming back check. It's good to see that Fleming still has something left in the tank, getting back on defense like that. It was looking like a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 for the Colts, and Fleming managed to defend it, which is impressive.
They definitely haven't gave up. They definitely have ratcheted up on defense, and you're not seeing Kafulu run wild on them like in the first half.
Kufulo taken down in the box. Ref says play on as Reagan Hutchinson turns and tries to go for goal. She's also taken down. This referee letting quite a bit slide. As Tagaboni looks for her teammate on the baseline. Kufulo in the center, looking to redeem herself from that missed opportunity in the first half.
Looks like they're trying to get Emily Cullen a goal. Tagaboni is on the corner.
With the height that Cullen has, it makes a lot of sense to have her in the box at the back post. Let's see if the Colts can do what they're trying to do. They go short. Interesting decision. Tagaboni trying to cross it back in. Little back heel, and it's in the back of the net.
Reagan Hutchinson.
Reagan Hutchinson gets the goal that she was looking for this entire match. It's starting to look like an episode of Oprah out there. You get a goal, you get a goal, you get a goal.
And I love what the Colts did on that corner kick. For the entire game, they've been putting the ball into the box. And the first time they play it short, they score a goal off of it. I like that Coach Rich Hurst switches it up with his players there.
Fleming had a decent attack right there just then when you were analyzing the Colts goal. There was a through ball that was quickly snuffed out by Jordan Crone's lot. But that being said, the Fleming Knights are still attempting to get something past the rookie goalkeeper in Jordan Crone's slate. But so far, she's working on her second clean sheet of the season. Let's see how everything pans out. Colts playing out of the back yet again. Soledad Vasquez Chiquito stepped on there a little bit. Through ball for Fukulo, but scooped up by Eve Spinks. Oh, little gaff there as she kicks it into her own teammate. Reagan Hutchinson looking to capitalize. Fleming recovers as nicely as you can from
Miscue
a
there.
miscue there.
And it almost seems like Fleming are just waiting for this game to end.
Well, they've got 25 minutes left, if my math is correct, which isn't always the case. As Fleming trying to get something going, trying to string a couple passes together, but yet again just kicking it up the field. I'd love to see a stat on how many times Fleming has managed 3+ passes without a turnover. I don't imagine that it would be particularly high in this game. Colts playing out of the back again. Tagaboni back in the midfield from her striker position. Through ball to Miley Dukoff, who's back on the field.
And I don't know if you caught that, Ryan, but Tagaboni got the ball through the legs of the Fleming player, and you know what we call that? Megs.
That's 10 push-ups where I'm from.
Goal kick for the Fleming Knights. I'm sure Eve Spinks won't kick it off her defender this time.
I'm not sure if our viewers can hear this on the broadcast, but during the game, the only person you can hear is Emily Cullen, the skipper for the Colts that we've talked about so much today. She is loud, she makes her presence known, and she is exhibiting why she has that C around her arm.
Definitely the heartbeat of the Colts team. And you gotta love what the Colts are doing from side to side. Will Cheyenne Carrington catch it? No, she won't, but she's in the right position.
It's all about having the right idea, and it seems like all of the Colts are on the same page. Much like we talked about pregame, we weren't sure what it was going to look like with so many new faces, so many young players, so many rookies, what the team was going to gel like. because we didn't have a fantastic sample size in their first game against Durham, as it resulted in a draw. We weren't sure what it was going to look like today, but all Colts fans, both here and watching at home, are pleased to see the way these women are working together. Carrington with a wonderful tackle that ends up with Kufulo, sorry, pardon me, getting an opportunity in the box. The Colts absolutely laying it on thick here, not giving Fleming any room to breathe. Emily Cullen, calm as ever on the ball. Playing it up the right side. Little tic-tac-toe action to get a run. Going into the box. Dukoff is open. Dukoff gets a shot and drills it top shelf. Jordan, that hat trick's not looking too bad anymore. 2 goals for Miley Dukoff.
You gotta love that strike. Gets over the ball, right on target, right in the net, and she powers it home for a second of the afternoon. Smile, young girl, smile.
Fleming getting it restarted. Fleming uncharacteristically getting the ball farther up than they usually have been able to do, but there was very little support on that run, which is interesting.
She was all by herself, and she was 1v1 with Emily Cullen, actually. Emily Cullen didn't really seem threatened at all, though.
Through ball by Miley Dukoff. Called offside by the linesman. Fans here at Centennial cheering for Miley to net her 3rd. And she's got 20 minutes to do so. So we'll see what happens. The last meeting between these teams, the final score was 6-0. It is currently 5-0 for the Colts. Let's see if they can tie their previous best.
You see the 2 number 7s going at each other there. Brianna Leah Fleming trying to take on Cheyenne Carrington. Carrington got the better of that matchup.
Jenna Crawford holding her own on defense, shielding 2 Fleming players. Gave away the throw-in, but did her job nonetheless. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a defender, the only time you didn't do your job is if there's a shot on net. So Jenna Crawford should be happy with that.
Uncharacteristic of Emily Cullen, passing the ball out of bounds. Don't see that every day.
Tagaboni with the ball. Playing it out to Emily Duncan, who is playing with a knee brace, interestingly enough, but doesn't seem to be slowing her down today at all. Colts get a well-deserved break as the ball goes out of bounds. Fleming taking a lot of time to get set on these set pieces, whether it be throw-ins, free kicks, goal kicks. There doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency.
Yeah, there's a lack of movement off the ball. There's no real player checking in, checking out, trying to receive the ball. And as you mentioned earlier, Emily Cullen for the Colts is so vocal. I don't hear nobody on the Fleming side speaking.
If I had to guess, they're probably just trying to catch their breath through no fault of their own. Woman down. Showed up, probably didn't get the warm-up they wanted. There was a lot working against this Fleming team today. First game in the season. I'm sure there's a lot of rust that needs to be shaken off, grinded out. Kufulo trying to work up the line.
Offside there on
Miley
Miley
Dukoff
DeKoff.
offside for a second time in a row.
She's itching for that hat trick, Ryan.
She's just one step ahead of where she needs to be. She wants it bad, and I think we all want it for her. Free kick ahead for Fleming. We are in the 74th minute of this match against the Centennial Colts and the Fleming Knights. Centennial on top of Fleming, 5-0. Wonderful through ball by Cheyenne Carrington, but delayed offside call on Kofulo. Slightly undisciplined from the Colts, which we haven't seen so far this game.
We're seeing a lot of offsides now, not holding their runs. And to be honest, I think Cheyenne Carrington could even go up and take that on her own. She has really good control with the ball, and she seems like she doesn't get tired.
Amy Browett for Fleming with the free kick. Cheyenne Carrington jumping the pass as she does oh so well. There was a bit of a confused look on Browett's face before taking that free kick, not sure where to go with it, as a lot of this Fleming team is stagnant. Tagaboni comes away with a set piece yet again. DeKoff trying to chase it down, but 2 steps too slow to try and get to that ball. Another goal kick for the Fleming Knights as they are trying to get something going, but it just doesn't seem to be working, and it seems as though many of these women are just waiting for that final whistle.
Extremely fatigued they are, and
DeKoff jumps that goal kick into the box.
looks like a goal kick.
Loses some grip on the turf, not unusual. And it goes for a second goal kick in just a few moments. You can hear Emily Cullen first to the ball every single time. That is what she's saying to all of her teammates, first to the ball every single time, and they are taking that quite literally, getting the first touch on all of these set pieces by Fleming.
And I am not mad at what they just did, the Fleming Knights just did. We haven't seen them pass the ball out of the box this entire game. They just did. And yeah, they might be under some pressure, but it's something different. It gives Centennial a different look, and they have to attack that differently.
Noelle Harnett going for goal from distance on that shot there, but Eve Spinks in the right place at the right time yet again. Despite what the scoreline says, Eve Spinks has been doing everything she can to keep that ball out of the net. And even though 5 have gone in, the score would look a lot different if Spinks wasn't there.
First to it is Emily Cullen.
Taking her own advice. Trying to play it to her right back. Good jump by the Fleming defender. Emily Duncan trying to play it up the wing, with the Koff just sitting by herself on the left side of the field. Look for the Colts to try and get it back to her. I'm sure they want her to get a hat trick just as much as she does.
Although the Fleming Knights have conceded more goals this half than the first half, the ball has been in the Colts half more this time around.
Cheyenne Carrington getting on her horse,
Cthulhu.
looking for Kufulu, but Kufulu knew she was offside and opted not to chase the ball, rightfully so. Given away by Fleming to Emma Hendricks. Fleming with the throw-in up the line as they do oh so often. Hendricks with the deflection. Fleming making their way up the field via the throw-in. Trying to get something going, but kick it out of bounds, and it goes back Centennial's way.
Great touch by Kufulu.
Kufulu using her body to shield that, using her feet to get past her defender, trying to play up the middle. It's a 2-on-0.
I think if she left that for Kufulu, she would have been in. Kufulu wasn't the one that was offside.
And Vasquez Chicudo called offside on that 2-on-0. Very delayed call as she put the ball in the back of the net. Like you said, Jordan, if she had just left it for Kufulu, the result might be another goal for the Colts, but nevertheless, it is still 5-0 with 10 minutes plus added time remaining.
And look at Dukoff still putting pressure on the back line
She wants
of
it.
Fleming.
She wants it badly. Five daggers isn't enough for Dukoff. She wants to put that sixth in the net. Fleming getting the ball up the field, but just getting it to half as Emily Duncan gets the ball back up the field to her attacking teammates. Crossed in, but smothered by Eve Spinks.
Safe hands, safe hands.
Still fighting despite the scoreline. You can't help but admire that from the Fleming goaltender. Trying to get it up the field. Emily Duncan first to it.
Throw in for the Colts.
Reagan Hutchinson trying to do some fancy stuff on that sideline. Gets the throw in for her team. Let's see what they can do with it here.
We're approaching the 82nd minute, and it seems like Catherine Tagaboni is going to come back onto the pitch. Molly Dukoff exits with 2 goals. What a game by her.
It seems as though Tagaboni and Dukoff are a bit of a tandem. Interestingly, Rich Hurst doesn't keep them both on the field at all times. He platoons them a little bit, seemingly, which is an interesting choice. It's obviously working as his team is up 5-0. But like you said, Dukoff having a great game, great way to start the season on home turf for sure.
And for the Fleming Knights, it's like, pick your poison. Tagaboni's the more physical player, and Dukoff is definitely the more quicker of the two.
Goal kick for Fleming.
I just don't understand it. There's 2
Kufulu
players.
trying to get to the ball.
Very surprised Casista
Ooh.
of Fleming is
Sorry.
still smacking the ball up. She had 2 teammates in front of her. Could have been an easy pass.
Ooh. Tackled in the box.
Cheyenne Carrington, what a
Yellow
run.
card for Number 7 of Fleming, Brianna Lee, as she took out Cheyenne Carrington, who was on a run.
And look who steps up, Ryan.
Emily Cullen looking like she's going to take the free kick. Just barely on the border of the box.
She wanted that PK.
I think they all did. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Even if you are up 5-0.
No doubt this is going to be on target. Let's see where she goes with it.
Emily Cullen winds up, goes for goal, and just sails it over the bar. Spinks in the right position, covering what she needed to cover, but that ball, unfortunately, was not a threat. Emily Cullen doing it all, taking free kicks, taking corners, defending, attacking. There doesn't seem to be motivating, doesn't seem to be anything that woman can't do.
I'm surprised she didn't go to one of the corners. She had the full left side wide open.
Noelle Harnett playing it through the middle. Enriquez through ball to Diane Carrington, who would have liked that back. Maybe could have used another touch to try and settle the ball down.
What a chop back by Emma Hendricks. Finds Cheyenne Carrington, who unfortunately didn't get the ball on frame.
Oh, nice move there on the wing by Reagan Hutchinson. Like we've seen so many times before, she is a maestro with her feet, sending the Fleming defender into orbit almost.
Almost ran her out her boots right there.
And those things are on pretty tight, I'd imagine.
Tagaboni with the corner kick.
Emily Cullen lurking around the backside of the box, looking for a run. Look at this speed. Gets the ball in the box, goes for goal, and misses to the right. But the time from point A to point B for Cullen was a blink of an eye. That was impressive.
And they went short again with the corner kick. They just got a goal off going short. They tried it again, and this time unlucky.
Despite only having just over 3 minutes left in regulation, the Colts don't show any sign of slowing down. We are going into the 87th minute of this match as Cheyenne Carrington brings it up the wing yet again. Showed a little challenge by number 7, Brianna Lee, from the Fleming side, who currently has a yellow card. Might want to play it a little safe, given that it seems as though this game is pretty much in the books.
Yeah, and you don't want to get an unnecessary foul and then get your second yellow, and then you're going to put your team down there because
they're already down one
and
woman.
You don't want to be suspended for a game getting a red card.
Cullen with the patented corner kick. Ball finds the ground and comes back to Cullen, seemingly always in the right place at the right time. Brings it to the corner, looking to shield it, taken down from the back. Free kick for the Colts. Basically a corner.
And we're at the 88th minute. We're going to see if the Colts can get their 6th goal of the game.
Cullen whips it into the box, trying to find headers, finds the knee of Kufulu. And gets blasted out the back end of the field. Goal kick for Fleming. Looked like a promising chance for the Colts. Loss of footing there by Kufulu. Long ball for the goal kick. Jumped by Cheyenne Carrington yet again. That's got to be her specialty. Through ball into the box. Taken out by number 10, Ellie Janes of the Fleming backline.
And Catherine Tagaboni again, just using her body, playing in Reagan Hutchinson.
Reagan Hutchinson playing it up for Emily Duncan up the wing. Defender on the run. Looking to cross it in. Gets the ball in, but crosses it in out of bounds. Good look from Emily Duncan. Not something you see from her too often, given that she's primarily a defender and has a knee brace on. Can't imagine Rich Hurst wants her running too much, but it's good to see that she has the ability to do so. Even this late into the match, we are in the final minute of regulation. 10 seconds away from stoppage time by the ref. An unnecessary foul by Kufulu, I believe, to give Fleming a free kick. Or, nope, sorry, my apologies. It is a goal kick. But a little aggressiveness out of Kufulu right there, given the scoreline. Fleming looking to get something going at the very end of this game. Long ball yet again. Very little added time. And the Colts best the Fleming Knights 5-0 in their home opener of the 2022-2023 season.
Awesome result for the Colts. They come out firing after not scoring in their last game, so you can see the improvement, getting 5 goals, and they could have got more. So the main thing is they get the result. They give the fans what they came here for. They wanted to see action, they wanted to see goals, and they got all of that.
Absolutely. The Colts seemingly unstoppable, and rightfully so. Emily Cullen, my personal star of the game. I don't know if we're allowed to give those out, but I'm doing it. Emily, offensively, defensively, emotionally, every kind of Lee you can think, Emily was there doing what she does and showing why she is the skipper.
She does it all. Great match by her. She helped the Colts get this clean sheet. You have to give credit to the entire team. Coach Rich Hurst, I'm sure he's ecstatic to get the first victory of the season. And the Colts remain unbeaten at 1-0-1.